Hey, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't already know who I am Tamika C. Carter. I'm the founder and executive director of the Group Travel Academy. And y'all, I'm a former HR professional who turned her love of travel into a thriving travel business. Look, I thought becoming a travel agent was going to be easy, but it wasn't. So, in this video from one of my live virtual trainings, I'm going to share with you some of the challenges that I faced when trying to become a successful travel agent. And then I'm going to share with you the one thing that changed everything for me. All right, let's go. When I tried to become a travel agent, y'all, I struggled. And I wonder if a lot of you have the same experiences. Like, if you do, put a one in the chat if you can relate to any of these things. Like, I struggled to learn the travel agent booking systems. There were so many different ones out there. You had to register with all of them, and each of them worked differently. It was just so frustrating for me. I didn't have any credibility, y'all, as a travel agent at all. I was competing with the internet. Like, give me a physical wave if you can relate to that, right? So yeah, absolutely. So just competing with the internet, having people call you to what I call them looking clients, right? Not booking clients, because they're just looking clients. They're looking around for a cheaper price than what they already found themselves on the internet. So that was a huge challenge for me. I didn't have any credibility, and I didn't know how to book travel to anywhere that I hadn't been myself. So, it was very difficult if somebody contacted me and they wanted to go to Portugal or somewhere in Africa, and I had never been to those places. And so I would book it. If I had an opportunity to get a client like that, I booked it. But honestly, y'all, it was so scary because I didn't know where they were going to be staying, because I had never seen it, with my own eyes. And so that was a real challenge for me. And I didn't feel good about that at all. And ultimately, like, I had a challenge making money. I was in my 20s and I was paying student loan debt, and I was broke. I was broke. So, and I think at that time, even in my full-time job, I was making like 26,000 a year. So right out of college. So I was broke and I needed to make money, and I wanted to travel, and I didn't have the money to travel because I wasn't making enough money. So I really needed to figure some things out. So once I decided to take on this travel agent thing, I started going to all these trade shows that I had heard about and read about in the travel industry. And then, I started y'all, don't laugh at me when I say this, but internet agencies like Expedia, Travelocity, like, I would actually book people through Expedia or Travelocity, and I would add like a $50 markup. Like, did anybody do that? I know I'm not the only one first starting out, but I would add like a $50 markup, right? To book some of these new clients that had come to me when I was very new and I didn't know what I was doing. I tried network marketing programs, and I found that they cared more about signing people, getting people to sign up under you, and building kind of that pyramid more so than they cared about the travel product itself, right? Or teaching me how to resolve an issue if a client contacted me while they were traveling and had a problem. So I got out of that really, really quickly. And then I signed up with the host agency, and I did not have a good experience with the host agency that I was with. Although I will say that over the years, host agencies have evolved, and they've kind of come around to better meet the needs of travel agents and advisors. So my opinion of host agencies has also evolved over the years, depending on the agency. But yeah, none of that worked for me then. None of it. And then there was one day that my mom asked me to plan a cruise. So she had never been on a cruise, y'all. I had never been on a cruise either. And she wanted to go, and she said, why don't you put together a cruise, like just for our immediate family? There was supposed to be like 8 to 10 of us going on this particular cruise. When it was all said and done, y'all, it was like 40 people. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, especially for some of you who are experienced on here tonight. But when I tell you, in my 20s, broke, no money, like that 40 people was a lot. Like I was like, whoa. And it was so easy to do. And I actually made $2,500 by accident, because booking it was just so easy. The cruise lines were so easy to work with. And I made $2,500, y'all, by accident. And I say by accident because I wasn't trying to make money off of this trip, because it was my family. So I had given every amenity, every perk, everything that I could, I just gave back to them. And I still came out on top with the $2,500 profit. So it was really, really amazing. And after that, y'all, I became absolutely obsessed with group travel. And I said, this is what I'm doing, and I'm never going back. And my business blew up from that point, and it blew up in a good way, y'all.